Is this thing on? I've been gone, man. Not actually. You know what? I don't have an excuse. I just didn't upload. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I missed some episodes. Stuff's happened. But you guys have news sources all over the place that cover things. But I'm making an episode today, and I will make one after the next game. And if there's more than that next game, we'll keep going. First thing I would like to say is, could you please like and subscribe? It helps the channel grow a lot, and with more growth, I would post more videos because sometimes it does get a little, like hard to keep going when there's very little support. But for those of you that do support, I appreciate you a lot. I said last episode that if I got 100 subscribers by Wednesday, I would open this unopened 2012-2013 box of NBA cards. I'll keep that going. I'll give it a week. You get me to 100 subscribers in a week, we'll open that card. I'll do it on stream, and then I can upload the clips before or like in the middle of my next podcast, or just like its own little video for you guys to watch if you want to do that. But like and subscribe, please. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that. Now into the games. I'm not gonna do any fliff, whatever. Nothing. It's just me talking. By the way, my room's dirty. We had a yard sale. Who knew that having a yard sale would dirty your house? Not me. Anyways, let's get into it. I will go ahead and just go over. I did write notes for the other games. I just never got around to recording the videos. So let's go over the notes for, where's that? Game 1. Everybody knows, Porzingis. Can't be a podcast without a Gussie bark. Hold on. Give me 3 seconds. Anyways, yeah, so everybody knows Porzingis went nuts. I'm just going to fly through these because these games are in the past. Celtics defense was elite, still is elite. They would play deny ball on everyone and let Luka score instead of getting his teammates going. When Kyrie had the ball, they doubled and forced him to pass. The Mavs bigs were pretty much non-existent. Mavs only had 9 assists and Celtics had 23. That's it for the first game. You know Celtics won. That's it. Game 2 was the Drew Holiday game. Drew Holiday went insane. Jason Tatum is facilitating phenomenally. He hadn't had a shot going until this game right here. Here we go. Game 3. Game 2, Celtics won. You knew that. Game 3, Celtics won. The Mavs, I don't know what's going on, man. I know that before the season started, there was a lot more people than I expected to picked the Mavs to win over the Celtics. And in my opinion, there's only 3 reasons for that. 1, you're a Mavs fan. 2, you don't like Jason Tatum. Or 3, you don't like the Celtics. Because the Celtics have been blazing through everybody. Everybody. Is it over? No. It is never over. But there's never been a team to come back down from 3-0. But there was also never a team to come back from 3-1. And we saw that happen too. So, yeah. Could it happen? Sure. The guy that did the 3-1 is on that team. Anything can happen. But what I will say is, in this game, Game 3, Tatum got it going. He ended with, pulling up the box score just to make sure my numbers are correct. Jason Tatum ended with 31 points. He also had 5 assists and 6 rebounds. Jaylen Brown had 30 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. And then, they still have their guys. Derek White had 16. Drew Holiday, he had 9. But he also, is Drew Holiday. So he's just out there doing Drew Holiday things. The Boston Celtics team is good. Everybody was worried about, they're only a starting 5. They don't have any players off the bench to help them. It's playoffs. You're probably only going to get a 9-man rotation. And that's max. So 5 out of the 4 players on your team are amazing players. I don't know where that came from. I probably said something about it too. But thinking back on it, what were we talking about? They're going to run a 9-man rotation. Did they run a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They ran an 8-man rotation. Even better. That's 5 out of 5 are really good players, and the 3 that came off the bench. Xavier Tillman, what did he do? He had a plus minus of 9. He played 11 minutes, and he took 1 shot. He made that shot. He also had 2 blocks, and he only had 1 turnover. I'd say that's really good minutes. Sam Hauser hit some big threes. I watched Luka let him shoot a 3. We'll get to Luka in a minute. Don't know what he was doing, but Sam Hauser had 9 points. He was plus 16. He played 14 minutes, and he was 3 for 4 from the field. He had 3 rebounds and 1 assist, no turnovers. Sam Hauser had a good game. For a bench player, he was good. Peyton Pritchard had 11 minutes. In those 11 minutes, he didn't play very well, but that's one guy out of your whole team that didn't play very well. With that being said, I can't wait to see Peyton Pritchard in a Spurs uniform. No. Anyways, so Luka, what are we doing? I don't get it. You know, me personally, obviously, not in the NBA, so there's gonna be those people that are like, oh, the basketball analyst guy, this guy's talking about basketball and he's never played in the NBA. Neither have you. But what I can say is just from watching the game, why would you make that foul? That foul was awful. You shouldn't even attempt that. You had 5 fouls. If, in my opinion, if they had Luka, they possibly could have won this game. The biggest downfall of Luka right now is his defense. He had some good defense in the past series, but this series I don't know what's going on, man. And he's going back to complaining to the refs about every play. Like, bro, you can't get everything. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. You're not gonna get every call. Just play the game. Your team needs you. You're the guy. You're the guy, Luka. You're the guy. And it makes me mad because I love Luka's game. And I think, is this his best chance at winning a finals? Probably not. You know, he's going to have more opportunities in the future. But he's here right now. And he needs to capitalize on that. Kyrie had 35 points. I can't say more about Kyrie than he stepped up. He stepped up, and they needed him to step up, and he did that. Who else had a good game on this team? PJ Washington had 13 points, 8 rebounds. Daniel Gafford was negative 11. Maxi Kleber, negative 13. Tim Hardaway Jr. I feel bad for Tim Hardaway Jr. He was their 3rd leading scorer throughout the season, and then he had that ankle injury thing towards the beginning of the playoffs. He came back. He shot 0 for 5. I think he shot a total of 0 for 7 in the playoffs. I'm not 100% sure. That could be wrong, but this game he shot 0 for 5. And the Mavericks, bro, if they could get Tim Hardaway Jr. going, I like their chances of a comeback attempt. I still like the Celtics as the favorite, even like obviously they're 3-0. Duh. But I just like their team more. Now again, could the Mavericks come back? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it's never over till it's over. I know that's like a corny, that's corny or cliche or whatever. But like it's true. You know, it's never over till it's over. With that being said, I'm only 10 minutes in. This is just a rant. Yeah, other than the box score, I had the game pulled up, but I was doing some other things, you know? As much as I love basketball, I'll say this right now. As much as I love basketball, I love it. It's probably one of my favorite things in the world. I love basketball. I love playing basketball. I love watching basketball. I love talking to people about basketball. If you know me, you know I'm one of the quietest guys in the world. Right? I usually only talk when I'm spoken to or I'm around my friends. But if you bring up basketball, I'm talking. I'm yapping away. I'm a yapper. That's what I'm gonna do. But back to what I was saying. As much as I love basketball, I got some stuff going on in real life that I need to, you know, take care of. Like I really need to figure out how to fucking mute that thing. No, but I really need to find a job, like a good job. I want to start a quote unquote big boy job, get money. That's what I want to do. I need to get money. As much as I would love for like something like this to become my job, I don't know if it ever will. I'm not gonna give up on it, but just hindsight being 2020, as of right now, it's not looking good. But I will keep talking about basketball because I love basketball. We got some time to burn, so let's say this. What I want to do, and I said I was gonna do it when I had that video talking about like, oh, it's just gonna be me on the podcast now. But what I want to do next season, at the next NBA season, I am going to get the Apple podcast, Spotify podcast working, and I'm going to upload them on there. I will still do the videos because, like, why not? But for a podcast to grow, it needs to be on podcast platforms. A lot of people aren't going to YouTube to listen to podcasts, especially on a drive, or at work or something like that. So that's one of the reasons why my podcast, which never mind, that's one of the reasons why my podcast isn't doing so well, is because I'm not reaching the audience. And that's nobody's fault but my own. I was gonna do it. I set up the Apple thing, and it wouldn't let me log in. I don't know what was wrong with it. It wouldn't let me log in. I got mad and I stopped trying. I tried multiple days in a row. It wasn't working, and it wasn't because I forgot my password. It just wasn't working. Um, like the screen would just go white, and nothing would happen. It would just be a blank screen. Couldn't fix it. I don't know if it's working now, but like I said, I'm just gonna start that next season. Uh, for the remainder of like the outlook of what's gonna go on, I will upload a video after. When's the next game? Tomorrow, right? That doesn't tell me. Give me 3 seconds. ESPN scores. NBA. It's blank. I love it. Okay. Yes, next game is tomorrow, Friday. So what I will do is I will make a video, a Saturday morning, talking about what happened. If the Celtics win, we are gonna give praise to the Celtics. If the Mavs win, we're gonna give praise to the Mavericks. I'm gonna give praise regardless of who wins and loses because they both made the finals, which means they both deserve to be there. But I'll make a video then, and then after that, if you don't see me for a while, it's because I won't have anything to talk about, and since I am a one man band over here, it's gonna be hard to come up with content. Um, but what I will do is during the U.S. Olympic Games, I will cover those for sure. But other than that, I'm not really gonna have anything to talk about. The dogs are about to bark in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. They're not gonna bark. I was for sure they were gonna bark. There's a motorcycle going off outside. Anyways, essentially, I'm gonna upload every day of the NBA Finals that's left. Not the day after every game that happens. If the Celtics win, that's gonna be the last video until the Olympics come out, or unless I can get a topic to talk about. So this channel, it's not dying. Like it's not gonna die. It's not. I'm not ending it or anything like that. But if you don't see any videos for a while, that's the reason why. Because I don't want to force things, and that's part of the reason why I didn't upload the past 2 games that the Celtics won, because it was like, if you're watching the game, you already seen what happened, right? You know the Celtics defensive scheme, and the Mavericks just couldn't get anything going. That's what it is. And if you didn't watch it, you got people like Kenny Beecham, you got people like Shannon Sharp's podcast. You got people like every other basketball podcast in the world that covered it and said exactly the same thing that I probably would have said. Um, so I really don't want to just like force a video out for no reason. Like I want to give, if I'm gonna give an opinion, I want it to be my own. If I'm gonna give um, a video out, I don't want to copy somebody else's video and do exactly what they did and just talk about the exact same things that happen, this, that, this, and the other, the exact same way. Because what's the point? What's the point? I'm just copying bro's homework. There's no point in that. Just go watch his video. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if that's like viewed as a good or a bad thing, but in my head, that just makes sense to me. Um, I'm yapping hellas right now. I don't know. This is what 16 minutes long. We can end it here. Um, very short in terms of the typical podcast size, but I had to get something out there. Um, anyways, good luck to you Celtics fans. Good luck to you Mavericks fans. We'll see who wins tomorrow. And yeah, peace. See ya.